Hey all you Hillmaniacs, it's Hillmanator and welcome to summer term. So for this week I am going to be doing another weekly vlog, as I'm sure you figured from the title, but hopefully it all goes swimmingly and by the end of this week I should have another project done. My film editing project should be finished and I will just have my 3 exams to go. Literally nothing happened this morning, so I didn't feel the need to vlog it, but it's about 10 to 3 now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through, answer any questions on my comment section, make sure that I'm up to date on that, and just, you know, listen to some music, probably from my summer playlist. So I was just checking my YouTube analytics and apparently I have a very small presence in Poland, India and the US. How? I completely lost track of time and I've kind of missed my chance to go to the gym, unfortunately. But that's okay because my room is relatively clean, so I should in theory be able to do a little bit of exercise in here. I think that's enough exercise for now. I'm gonna go and take a shower. So it's a little bit later now. We haven't actually started the film project as I thought we might, because things have just got out of hand and whatnot. But we are planning to do that tomorrow. As of today, I've had dinner. It was supposed to be chicken soup, but it wasn't very good. The bread that I got with it though was quite nice. Spent a little while watching YouTube, a bit of time reading and revising, and sorting through my emails to try and organise for study abroad next year. If I'm honest, it's quite late now actually, so I should probably head to bed, but I know I'm not going to sleep. Insomnia, yay. It's great. Don't know what's causing that noise. Think it's coming from in here, but I have no idea. So the plan for now is to head to the library, see if I can sort out a bit of my film project, and then I've got a philosophy lecture. I should probably note that I no longer have film seminars or lectures, which is why I didn't have to do anything this morning, but that's because we've now been doing the group project for the past month. As it turns out, a significant part of our footage is completely unusable. We're currently trying to organise it a day where we can get the actors and the set back available so that we can do reshoots. It's going well. Pinnack Alexandra Square is busy today. This is what happens when it's sunny, I guess. I asked for a 2 scoop, it cost me £3.20. And I got this thing. It's great, it's huge. Let's give it a lick. Oh, that's good. The other major problem, of course, is now that it's exam season, everyone needs to use the library and everyone needs to use their computers, so I don't get much time to access them really. So I'm basically using my own computer to try and do everything, even though I don't have the software necessary. Time to go to my lecture. The past few weeks I haven't actually had any philosophy lectures because the guy who has been supposed to be doing this particular module has been ill. So This is the first philosophy lecture that I've been to in a couple of weeks because of that. I have had audio lectures to listen to, it is a replacement, and they've had to restructure the exam because of it. So, I don't even know what's happening anymore.
The way we're going to get at question 1 this time around is to ask a lot of different questions, Epicurus' question. So Epicurus is mainly interested in convincing us that we should be indifferent to the fact of human mortality. That death is neither good nor bad, it's sort of, we just shouldn't care about it at all if we're governing ourselves by reasoning. Today, the question is going to be, should I desire immortality? Should I want to live forever, or at least a lot longer than I'm actually going to?
That's the lectures done for today, all of the academic stuff done for today, so now I can just head back to my flat and relax, right? Yeah, no, time for revision. It's 7:30, so I'm going to take a break from that and just do some other stuff. Probably going to watch some YouTube and maybe do some pool. Morning now. I've been lying here since, what, 10:30 at the latest. Haven't slept at all. Yay, insomnia. I'll be honest, it completely slipped my mind to bring you guys along to my morning routine stuff. So all I had was a lecture on the nature of immortality and the good life, and then I had another seminar. This one was an RS one about modernity and gender. Is it that I never try and film when I actually have interesting stuff going on and only ever try and do weeks of my life when I have nothing planned? I don't know. I probably should have thought this out better, but I haven't. While we're here, I might as well show you my my upcoming exams. Now, on the 30th, I have my presentation. That's when I have to present the group project that I'm currently working on. Then I don't have anything till the 4th, where I have my first written exam, which is film, a 3-hour exam. All of my exams this year are 3 hours long, which is going to be fun. But after my film exam, I've got a couple of days until on the 8th I have my RS exam. That's going to be interesting. Hopefully, 4 days to revise. I should have plenty of time. Then I've got a significant break between my RS exam and my philosophy exam, which is also coincidentally the day I'm having to move out. Not because I have to leave the university on that day, but because I would like to see my family before going to New Zealand, and I have to be in New Zealand by the 29th. Your faith was strong, you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in in the moonlight over Fruya. She tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throne, she cut your hand from your lips, she drew that hallelujah. So I've just looked in the freezer and apparently I have enough food for precisely tonight. Doing well, aren't I? So plan now is to just head over to the shops, see if I can pick up anything really quickly. Problem is, I normally buy like a ridiculous amount and then just use it all over time, but seeing as I've not got that long left, I'm not sure whether I'm going to be doing the exact same thing, so I don't know what my plan is. I don't have a shopping list. This is going to be fun. I'll tell you one thing, we've had some bleeding warm weather recently. If it keeps going the way it is, I reckon we're going to have another massive heat wave over summer. So I am now apparently on the church setup team for Sunday. Should be interesting. Plan for now is to head over to Grisdale Bar because one of my friends is having a little bit of a celebration over there. He turned 19 earlier this week and he hasn't really had a chance to celebrate, so this should be fun. Back in the flat now, it's around 10:30, so I'm going to try and get some sleep. Whether I actually do is, who knows. Thursday now, I've had a philosophy seminar this morning and I also watched both of the Bill and Ted films because I woke up really early. So yeah, I'd say a pretty good morning. Do you think I can get away with calling watching Bill and Ted revision? I mean, Socrates does appear in the first one and the second one is all about a metaphysical exploration of the concepts of death and the afterlife, so I'm gonna say I can. So for the rest of the day I've got a 2-hour lecture coming up in about 40 minutes which should be on religions in the modern day and possibly new religious movements, but not 100% on that. And then after that, I have no idea. You get the feeling that I have no idea when I film most days? Because I certainly do. Oh yeah, I also just found out that this is apparently my last week of lectures. I would have found out earlier if I had have looked at my timetable. Yeah, this is my last week of lectures, then I've got a little while to work everything out. But I'm also still trying to sort out my film project because we still have no idea what's going on and approximately 3, maybe 4 days to sort it all out. So that's great. I mean, we only need 1 day to fix it all, but I'd like to get it done. I'll be honest, it's been a few hours since I last talked to you, but I was busy. So what have I been doing? I did a bit more revision. I've watched a couple of things on YouTube and I've been talking with my friends from back home mostly. Oh, and I had dinner. It was really good. There's a free live music event starting over in Pendle Rooms in about 10 minutes, so guess that's where I'm going now. Originally I planned to go to the cinema today, but apparently they weren't showing Tolkien anymore. Not sure whether that's a thing with the cinema that's local to me now, whether they've just finished screening it or whether it was just today. I hope it's just today because I'd like to get around seeing that.
Just lower it. And the first song, this is called I realize I missed the first.
me. You said you'd always want me. She asked about me, but I lied. Bloody brilliant, but I died. Held inside of my grip tight. Frozen hearted, glassy eyed. She asked about me, but I lied. Bloody brilliant, but I died. Held inside of my grip tight. Frozen hearted, glassy eyed. Feels like the summertime, even though the snow falling down. I hear chants in the hills of green, got me quiet to see. My river, my soul, missionaries in the bunker field. For some reason I can't explain, I know sick people won't grow my name, never an honest word.
Go for it! Oh. After about 20 minutes solid of us just going at that one black ball, I finally was the one to sink it in. We were all doing trick shots, so that's why it took so long, but blooming heck, 20 minutes for one ball. I have to be up early tomorrow morning, so I guess I'm just gonna go to bed early tonight. So you may remember that I said that the scene needed more or less a complete reshoot, and it did, but unfortunately our actors haven't been available this week, and the thing is due this week. So the plan for now is to just head to the editing suite, meet with my fellow editor, and see if we can fix it in the post, which seems impossible, but I'm gonna give it a go. Booting up Premiere. What is happening? Apparently, while we were editing this occurred. Okay. I'm not. Okay. We've already lost one Prime Minister throughout Brexit. Let's just get rid of another. I have no idea what's happening today. The editing is going weirdly. We've had a moment where there was just a sudden black bar. In fact, that's happened twice now. Theresa May has resigned apparently, and I mean, obviously those two things are completely equatable. They're at the same level of importance to the country. You know, my personal editing and the PM. Same importance. We're on a lunch break now. I'll be honest, we've made some decent progress, and I'm actually calming down a bit now because everything seems to be going all right in terms of our editing. In terms of UK politics, who the heck knows anymore? But in terms of what I'm actually doing, seems to be going decent. Back to work. We've just got the first draft of the film finished in editing. We're still going to be redrafting it, but as for the first draft, I gotta say I'm pretty happy with it. It might have taken us quite a while, but we managed it. I've just picked up some pictures, I've popped them in my photo album, and now I'm just going to be surfing the web a bit, trying to sort out all of the issues that come with trying to study abroad. My laptop stopped playing sound for half a minute there. I was really worried. Fixed it though. You know how? Turn it off and back on again. It's the most cliched thing, but 90% of the time it's the problem. Hello bunnies. Good morning, it's Saturday and I have been up since 4 AM. Yay. So for today, what I've been doing so far is just trying to sort out everything to do with study abroad again. So I've been sending emails to Waikato and trying to organise paperwork so that I can hand it into Lancaster because it should have been done a while ago. And I did get a version of it done, but it was kind of messy and incomprehensible, so I'm really having to do that paperwork now. And I've also been watching the Lord of the Rings appendices while I go at it, because why the heck not? Two interesting bits of news now. First off, my DVD player has mysteriously packed up for some reason. I don't know whether it's just with the DVDs that I'm currently trying or whether it will also be with my CDs or everything, but kind of sucks because I use that as background stuff. And the other bit of news is that now I have to fill out a sheet for my film project where I basically have to remember every single take that we did. We did a lot of takes. This could be fun. I'm probably not going to film much of today because the sheet stuff that I have to do, a lot of it is kind of confidential information, so bad luck. Apparently somehow I managed to sleep through most of the day. That is all of the day that I wasn't filling out those forms. Great. Of course, the problem with sleeping through most of the day is that I'm going to be up most of the night. I suppose the question does arise of what I do late at night when I'm awake and no one else is. To be honest, about 90% of the time, I just lie in bed and hope to go to sleep. And quite often it doesn't work, or it takes me a really long time. But sometimes it does, so... And I usually have calming music on in the background, just as an attempt to, you know, make it so that I'm not just like lying there. At least I have something, you know, soothing so that I can hopefully get to sleep. I've tried everything that I'm legally allowed to try, because I have not been prescribed with any sleeping medication. Largely because people seem to believe that I would get addicted to it, which, I mean, fair enough, but that seemed to be the reasoning behind it. And yeah, so I basically just try and get to sleep most of the time. The times where I don't, I usually end up reading. I've been rereading Holes quite a lot recently, because I just think that's a really good book, and the film is also really good. Shia LaBeouf actually does a good performance in that film. I've also been reading a lot about serial killers because I have a very weird kind of morbid curiosity about them. Obviously everything they've done is horrifying, but I find it interesting nonetheless. To be honest, it would make sense for me to do academic reading late at night if I can't get to sleep, but trust me, the last time that you want to be doing academic reading is at 3 AM. Sometimes I'll watch YouTube or TV, not often, because the blue light that your screens produce actually keeps you up longer. And obviously the aim is to try and get off to sleep. It's not to stay up all night. So it's better if I don't have any screens on. But sometimes when I know that I'm not going to get to sleep, and it's like 5 AM, by that point I'm usually pretty sure that I'm not going to get any sleep. So sometimes I'll just turn on a video of something, and very rarely I do go on walks. Sometimes I'll just like walk around campus late at night. I don't tend to do it that much. I don't tend to like doing it that much on the outside roads especially, which is a shame because those are some of the nicest areas on campus. But it just means that I tend to walk along the spine more than anything else. which is fine, except it always leads me to the only places on campus that are open that late at night, which is of course Sultan's and Ketchup, two of the food places on campus, which means that I've spent more money in them than I really should have. Because sometimes, like, I don't intentionally go out thinking that I'm going to buy food or whatever, but you get to one of those places and then you're like, oh, that smells good. And once you've got the scent, you're done. Other times I've tried to write some of my TV show, largely without much progress. I've decided now that I'm just going to skip the scene that has been tripping me up so much and maybe come back to it a bit later once I've got more practice in. So what I've done is jump maybe what would be 2 or 3 pages later in the script, maybe at most, which sounds like a lot, but it's only probably a couple of minutes realistically speaking in TV time. And I'm working on the next scene where my main character Henrik goes back to his house and is freaking out a little because of the circumstances he's in. Quite often I'll find myself just looking through my photo album that I've got. I don't know if I've showed it to you guys ever, but it's just got a load of photos of everything from, largely from the past 10 years, essentially. I've got a couple of photos from when I went to Kingswood with my school back in Essex, which was kind of like a retreat thing. We did archery, we did quad bike racing, we did go-karts, we went climbing and all of that lot. So I've got a couple of photos from that. I've got a few photos of my church friends from back in Essex, church friends from in Wales, and things like that. I've got lots of photos of school friends, lots of photos of family, and obviously some photos of university friends are in there now. Sometimes I'll work on songs that I've been writing as well. I'm not sure if I've told you guys that I occasionally try and write songs. None of them are ever any good, and I barely ever finish any of them, because the way I write songs is more like a lyric comes into my head, and then I start writing around that lyric, and I very rarely actually write out melodies or anything, because 90% of time they're awful. The only time that I found the melody to a song I liked that I've written, my brother actually found the melody for me, and then I realised that the lyrics really didn't work, and I had to completely change the lyrics, which ruined the melody. And yeah, so since then I've basically just been writing a load of lyrics for a load of different songs. Don't know whether I'll actually ever, release them to the public over this channel, but maybe one day you'll see my videos about my own personal songs. And of course occasionally I like to do some gaming as well, but that suffers from the same drawbacks that watching stuff does. Late at night with screens is just not ideal. Also have to keep it relatively quiet because there are people on all sides, up, down, left and right. I am surrounded by people, so it's the walls at Lancaster, especially compared to other universities, are relatively thick, so I can get away with being a bit noisy, but it's still kind of like you want to be courteous to people, which is why I never practice my guitar late at night. I did once and I didn't get a complaint at all, but I just figured, I feel like I'm being a bit loud, so I've never done it since. See, sleep is ultimately what I'm trying to get to, but quite often I just can't. So I don't know why. My relationship with sleep is weird because I want to sleep. I know it's good for me. I try to sleep. I go to bed relatively early. I try and get up at regular times and whatnot. But my body just doesn't let me. And I don't know why. I've looked into it and no one can seem to give me an answer. Why am I still awake? I should be asleep by now. Weather really sucks today. So the plan for right now is to sort out breakfast, then go down to the computer lab, finish off any editing work that needs to be done, because apparently it's might need like looking over. I just want to double check everything. And then I'll be heading over to church to work on the setup team. I couldn't fix the video file, so what did I spend the next half hour doing? Well, I started off doing research for my film course, because that's the first exam that I've got coming up, as I told you. And then I got sidetracked. Then I got sidetracked some more. Then somehow I got down a line towards Misha Collins. And then I remembered that I used to do this weird thing with photoshopping. And basically you would paste Misha Collins' head onto different people. It was a bit of a meme a couple of years back, and so I decided, why not just for old time's sake do one more, and that's what I've spent the last bit of time doing, photoshopping an actor's face onto other people's faces. I may just be a few minutes early, which is surprising to say the least. Let's get this meeting started. Wow, good job. These fairy lights may not look like much, but they have been the bane of our existence during setup today. It's been a right pain in the backside. Back on campus now, and I'm heading to the editing suite again to try and finish off this film project, because apparently there's a couple of things wrong with it, and then obviously I need to edit this. We can't see a thing. It's just me now trying to sort out the export. We've already exported it twice. No, 3 times. Twice it's failed, and the 3rd time it came out as the most grainy thing in history. So hopefully 4th time is the charm. 4 times in a row. For goodness sake. Please work for me. This thing is refusing to render fully, so I'm just going to go and grab some dinner and then head back and try and sort it, because it's gonna be a long night. I don't think I'm gonna be able to edit this together and upload it as well. Should I have spent the money? No. Is Go Burrito necessarily the cheapest place where I should have spent spent money? No, but it was the only place with a short line, and I kind of need that right now. Slowly but surely we're getting there. I think it's done. I think it's done. I think we finally got it done. Uploading that to Moodle took over 27 separate attempts because we had to export it every time, and well, let's just say it didn't want to export. Apparently it just wouldn't register, it wouldn't render, so I had to stay there for ages until it eventually did. The amount of times I had to try and get that to export in different ways. Still, it's done now, it's over. I can go back to my flat and start editing this monstrosity. So it's a bit later now. I still haven't started editing, but that's largely because I've been on a phone call for quite a while and I'm about to get on another phone call. But look at this. This is just, I mean, the aperture is really weird because I haven't really focused it well, but this looks phenomenal right now. And oh, that actually fixed it a little. The lights from the building behind me just turned off. But like the hills and the rolling, and oh, I love this part of Lancaster. Like right here, where it's just, you know, just me and the hills. Also, the reason why I'm outside is because I really need the signal, because for some reason in my room the signal really sucks. But that's why I'm out with all of this beautiful nature. And of course, just as I was getting to the important part of my phone call, my phone died. Yay for old iPhones. Regardless, I'm gonna leave the vlog off here. I probably should start editing at some point. I really need to get ahead on that. Maybe I should start filming a week ahead. Don't know whether I will though. Probably won't, because that would make my life far too easy. I hope you enjoyed another week in my life. I certainly had an interesting week. Not sure how much of it is actually filmed. I'm not sure if I have enough footage. Hey Josh, this is future Josh in editing here. You definitely have enough footage. You've got over an hour and a half. Hopefully it all goes well and you get a good video. Okay, thanks for watching all. I shall catch you next time.